and the court. And the court. I think that they're far more respectful for those that speak with sincerity and don't try to offend or antagonize or confront in an angry way, because anger is not the solution.
And perhaps an angry message isn't heard either.
An angry message is not heard. And what I am hoping is that in whatever I do and say, that I will not interfere with the message. I mean, it's the message that is important. I don't count.
Well, that's going to get into another issue in a moment where it seems that, well, I guess we could address that now, but there's a movement afoot of which you are a good example, but by no means the only one taking these sort of steps.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to me that increasingly across the country, we're going to work on accumulating this information in the one place, but it seems like most of the times you've been arrested, have you been arrested with other people doing similar acts?
Yes, always with other people. Oh yeah, in as they were, I'm thinking of my arrest at the Hart Building, because I was violating a stay away order. Even before we went through the line to check the ID, a gentleman went like this to me, beckoned to me and said, "Mrs. Tetaz, do you know where you are?" "Yes, sir, I know where I am." "Where are you?" "I'm in the Senate Hart Building, in the Senate office building." And he said, "Do you know that you have a stay away order?" "Yes, I do." And he said, "Come with me." So that Reverend Yearwood and the group that was with him followed. And the interesting thing is although there was a symbolic police line where they couldn't get to me, they did not cordon me off so that the people could hear, the people and the Hart Building, the tourists could hear the conversation that took place. And I would like to believe that this was done on purpose, that there were people that wanted this to be known.
Well, considering your arrest, will you tell us a little bit about your experiences in the jail, of how interactions with guards and interactions with other prisoners? Will you let us know a little bit about what that was like?
Well, my sisters in chains were wonderful to me. And of course, I stood out like we were all in chain, but...
You were in chains?
Oh, through various times, yes, you are placed in chains.
Will you describe those a little bit, the chains?
Around the waist and around the ankle chain. Well, it depends. If it's overnight, then it's just chains around the ankle, ankle chains. But at DC jail, I had handcuffs and around chains that came up around my waist.
Was everybody treated that same way? So it wasn't like a preference or a lack thereof that ended up with you being in chains?
No, but let me tell you something that very interesting. When I had the ankle chains on, and I was chained. I had the ankle chains on, and I was with the other prisoners.
Chained right to them?
No, wait. As I remember, no, I don't think that we were chained by the ankles, but we were to be chained. Oh, we were to be handcuffed. That was it. That's right. And then now I remember, handcuffed, and chained and about to be handcuffed. They handcuffed every single prisoner there except me. And I said, why aren't you, handcuffing me? And the officer said, don't ask. I'm not going to put them on you.
So obviously the police did not see you as a threat to their safety while in their custody.
Right. Well, the interesting thing is that among the general population that was in the group were other peace people, and one of them even had not sort of pale blonde hair, and didn't look like a spring chicken, and she was handcuffed. That was very interesting. And then the other really interesting experience was when I was in my Rachel costume in the DC jail. I was chained and handcuffed. And I still had ashes in my hair, and they were scattering all over the floor of the police station. And, I said to the police, I said, if you give me a broom, I'll sweep them up because, I'm making a mess. And you know what he said? He said, you're fine, just the way you are.
Nice.
Wasn't that nice?
So Friday comes, so are the only charges against you stemming from the Rachel and sackcloth and from the action involving the upside down?
That is correct, because every other case has been decided guilty, of course. One or two in my career have been dismissed, but mostly I've had guilty charges and fines, but I haven't paid fines. And then of course I'm on probation. I have to report every week.
Like
every week.
To like a parole officer type thing, or?
Yeah, to the pretrial services. Now, I don't report to an individual. I report to an office in the courtroom, in the courthouse.
And then as is a condition of your release sort of thing?
Yeah, as a condition. They call that a probation.
So
unsupervised.
Unsupervised. Now, Friday comes your court date.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, it's a status hearing.
A status hearing.
Yeah, it's a status hearing.
So what do we know about that day? What are the possibilities of what could happen that day?
Well, I'm hoping that the judge will allow me to plead nolo, which means that I will say not guilty, but not contesting the charges. And if he does agree, then I will be sentenced immediately.
Right there on the spot, you'll be sentenced?
And taken away.
Taken away right from Friday, you could be taken to jail.
Well, yeah, cuffs will be put on me and I'll be led away.
But we have no idea how much time that could involve at this point?
No.
Have you made plans for, say, taking care of your cat and watering your Christmas cactus behind you?
Yeah,
And
yeah. Pete Perry. And my birds, that are quiet.
Yes.
But I've got two